Okay, so season 10 just dropped, right? And we have a lot of new stuff in the game. We have new exotics, new gear sets, new weapons, and also new legendaries to go through and play. But honestly, there is one thing that I really appreciated they did. It was some quality of life changes. Now this will improve, at least for me, it does improve my experience in the game. So that's what I want to go over with you guys on today's video. So if you enjoyed this video, a like would be super appreciated, and let's do this. So the first one that I really enjoyed, I like it a lot. So right now you see my agent, it does have that specialization on the back, right? So right now we are using the gunner specialization, so you can see we have the gunner minigun on the back. Now with this new update, if you open your menu, go down to the settings, scroll down where it says gameplay, click A, drop all the way down, and right here on the bottom of the gameplay menu you will find show spec weapon. So show specialization weapon, and you have the option to yes or no. Now if you have it on no, it will show your specialization. If you click and put it on yes and go back, if you get out of the menu and you see that specialization weapon, it's gone. Now for me that's huge, man. I do love having my character with this more clean look without that specialization. It was super bulky though, and it was kind of on the way a lot of the times. In a way, I mean like visually, right? So I do enjoy this one. So thank you devs for this one. It's simple but honestly very appreciated. So moving on from there, actually we're gonna go for the second change, which is character customization. Now we did have character customization somewhat right before this update, but now they just allow us to do more. So from here on the base of operation, we're gonna get inside over here. If you don't know where you can change your character, let me show you. You take a right over here and take another right. On this wall right here, you see there is on this mirror something that says the barber. So from here now you can do a lot of changes. Now before we had some type of customization, as I said, but now they gave you more options. Now you can even change the body type. You can change your character from female to male if you have a female, or you can change from male to female, you know, the other way around. So either way you have a lot more options and a lot more freedom to do whatever you want on your character after the character progression, because before you could only do certain things before you start the game. Now moving on, and if you notice, the striker is not looking what it's supposed to on this update. It's because the change did not go through. So the striker that we have right now on the live game is what was on the PTS phase 2. So this is the striker that we have right now, but this is going to be changing on title update 16.1. That's what the devs confirmed on Twitter right now. Now I'm going to put a picture on the screen right now showing what the striker is supposed to be, right? So for the 4-piece equipped, the striker gamble, weapon hits increase total weapon damage by 0.65%, stacking up to 100 times. And then we have that only 1 stack loss per second between 0 to 50 stacks, and 2 stacks loss per second between 51 and 100 stacks. Those are going to be the changes coming for title update 16.1. and also when you equip the chest piece, right, you get the talent press the advantage, increase max stacks from 100 to 200, and then we have 3 stacks loss per second between 101 and 200 stacks, right? So those are the striker gamble gear set that's supposed to be in the title update 16, but they are not, and they are coming on title update 16.1. Now speaking of changes that did not go through, right, the Picaro's holster, right, the new name item on the holster, it did not go through. So what you see right now, this is just like the striker, this is not what is supposed to be on this update. So we'll see the changes on the title update 16.1, which should come soon. So what is supposed to be, right, it's just a core attribute normal blue, which is an armor that you can change if you want for anything else, and then the perfect attribute will be right here on the attribute, and it will be a 15% weapon damage right here, and then the second attribute will be a random attribute. That is what it's supposed to look like, but it's not implemented right now on the game. Now the changes for the ongoing directive did go through, and honestly this is going to be one of the best support build that you can have as a DPS the changes will be right here on the fourth piece, right? So rules of engagement: shooting a status effect enemy will apply a mark. We had that before. Killing a marked enemy grants a full clip of hollow point ammo for your active weapon. We had that, right? And now the change, right, the new thing is half of that clip of the agent active weapon to the rest of the party. So half of the clip of hollow point will go to your teammates. Now those marks will last for 10 seconds, right? And then the hollow point ammo, right, what it does is amplifies your weapon damage by 20% and applies bleed on hit. Now if you equip the chest piece, right, that amplification will go up to 35%, but it seems like it's only for yourself. The teammates though, this bonus does not apply to party members. So that means the teammates though only will get 20% amplified damage, right, from that hollow point ammo, right? So you will get 35%. So that's what I got from it as of right now. Now another change, or an addition I should say, is new legendaries that was added into the game, right? So there is two new legendaries. So the first one is going to be right here on the Manning Zoo. If you click on it and change the difficulty, you will see now we have the legendary difficulty. So also besides the Manning Zoo, we have the second legendary, which is going to be right here on the bottom of the map, which is a tidal basing. Now if you click on it, right, on the mission settings, you see that it doesn't show the legendary mission just yet. What you need to do is just toggle to change the mission mode, and now we have the legendary difficulty. Because remember, tidal basing does have two mission modes. Right now this one is for the manhunt, and also this one is gonna be for the Black Tusk invasion, so you can do legendary on it. Now there is one change that I saw in the PTS, but I was kind of confused what it meant. So we had materials and resources cap increase. Now if I go and show you guys, go in the menu, go on resources. Now I thought this was the one, right, because we had it before. What was increased, if you go down in the bottom right here, these are what got increased. So before, as you see right here, the cap was 80, so that was really low. If you wanted to craft, let's say, some China light, actually you had a limited amount that you had to craft. So from 80 it was increased all the way to 999 for all of the gear pieces, also for the gear set pieces too. Also the components, food and water was increased from 250 to 500. And then on the bottom right here, we're gonna find the Darzon currency that was also increased. I believe it was increased before, I could be wrong, but now for sure it's 999 for that increase. Now speaking of resources, there is another change. If you go on your SHD watch, right, you have, for example, I have 254 SHD points, right? If I wanted to, for example, get some credits, right, I had to click like multiple times until I get to that amount that I want. But now if you click once, you can choose like how much you want, you know, up to 50 points, and then do it from there. Because you had before, you had to do like one by one. It was kind of tiring, but by having this, it's just a little bit of a life improvement on the game that helps a lot though. It makes it a lot easier. So now on the subject of materials and stuff, right, now starting from world tier 5 and above, exotic items will have a small chance of the drop from NPCs in the entire game. So starting from the challenge difficulty and up, the chance increase with higher difficulties, right? So the heroic difficulty, you will have a chance of getting exotic drop from any NPC in the entire game. So that's good. That means there is more chance of getting exotics overall. Now speaking of Expertise 21, that's another change. Not exactly a live change, but the expertise did go up. Now instead of 20, we're gonna have now expertise level max of 21, because they added more exotics, more gear set and brand sets. The level now cap is gonna be higher, which is 21. Another change that was implemented is the fact now that you can sell your stuff directly from your stash. So let me explain. So right here on the base of operation, right, we're gonna come on here on the vendor, not exactly on the stash, but you come on the vendor, right, any vendor, and now up here on the top right side you see we have buy, inventory is what you have on you, and then stash. From here you can sell stuff that you have in your stash instead of going through your stash, grab them and bring them to here to sell. So that's just a quality of life change, and you know, it helps, it might help for some people. The next change is from the base of operation. When you go to the countdown, now we have different difficulties. So let's go right here on the countdown where we can start it. If you go on here on the helicopter, talk to her, Fairview power plant, if you click on it, now we have options of the countdown difficulty. So we have normal, hard, challenging, and heroic. So normal is supposed to be good for solo players, very easy. Hard is still doable for solo, but more recommended for 4 people. And then challenging is exactly what we had before, it's more suitable for 8 players. And then heroic is gonna be the new highest difficulty, where you know you need 8 players and it's gonna be even harder to extract out of there. So also a new change that was added to the countdown, it's 8 new countermeasures. So now we're gonna have 8 new countermeasures. If you guys want to know exactly what they are, I'm gonna put a picture on the screen right now, and they are the skill suppression, explosive resistance, reload speed, armor protection, hostile skill damage resistance, agent hazard resistance, headshot resistance, and also critical resistance. Now you go through those descriptions and what they do, because you should know what they do, that way you are prepared before you go in the countdown and know exactly what they do. Now from the base of operation, we're gonna fast travel all the way to New York, where we have the base of operation Heaven. So in Heaven, if you take a right here, you're gonna see on the wall of exotic weapons, now they added the Directive and also the blue screen exotic weapons on the wall. So now you have all of your exotics on the wall. Now in my specific wall, I am missing 2 exotics right here. Those are the raid, the Iron Horse raid exotics that I don't have yet. But if you have them all, you know, with the Directive and also the blue screens, that's gonna be showing on your wall. Now another small change but also very welcoming is if you go on your menu, you will see that now we have the timer right on the top right of your screen. So right here we have the time, instead of before we had to go on the photo mode, and then from the photo mode, right, we would see the time right there on the under the location, which is the White House right now, right? If you ask why you need the timer, well, there is some quest that you do that you're gonna need to know the time for them to be done, right? So a specific quest, you need specific time to get them done, for example for the hunter mask. So that's why now it's useful to have it right there. So those are some small changes, but very welcoming to the new update. That's gonna help the experience of the player a lot better. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed, hit me with a like, I would appreciate. Subscribe for more Division 2 content, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.